Welcome to La Maison Robotica. Here, we feature the latest in the lines of luxury and high-end automatons. We also have a wide range of programs and simulations to suit any particular need or desire. How can we help you today? The madam, that's myself. A particular automaton. And who might that be? Diana. Well, now she is an interesting choice. We do expect any sort of purchase of her to be upfront and in full. Is that something you're willing to do today? Wonderful. Then you can follow me right this way. Now, if I'm understanding correctly, you're looking to do a custom build today, is that correct? Wonderful. And just so you're aware, we do require all of our purchasers of a customized automaton to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and that's just to ensure us that from the moment it leaves here that it is no longer associated with us or our affiliates. Are you willing to do that? Excellent. Well then, by all means, let's get started. Now, are you looking to model this after any particular person or being today? Okay. I always like to ask, but I do always find it a little bit odd when that's the case. So, then we do have a large section of choices to make today, but did you have something set that you were looking for, that you had in mind, or would you like me to walk you through a bit? I would absolutely love to. Then, let's start with the basics. I prefer to start with skin and skin tone. So, this is our earth palette that we have. You can see the typical range of light to dark. It's quite extensive, gives a good choice selection, but we also have this. Now, these two palettes are clearly off-planet, but they are sort of a stamp of social status due to their more rare colorings and color choices. Now, I assume that someone of your stature can afford to have something of this nature, if you'd like, of course. And that way it just lets the people around you know exactly that you paid top dollar for this particular automaton. We can also do a range of furs, feathers, scales. We also could do translucent skin if you're looking to see the armature underneath or the mechanics that are internal. And not quite as popular is our series of slimes or goos, which are a very soft, pliable silicone placed on the outside, so it's very slippery. It is regenerative though, so it doesn't really leave too much of a mess. It just feels slick to the touch. Just the regular, no problem there. It's my preference too. And as for the tone, I think that's a absolutely gorgeous choice. Now, up next, we will choose the shape of the face. Now, I'm assuming that you are looking for an earth head. We do have a series of reptilian or Palladian heads to choose from, if that's something that you're interested. If not, no issue there. We also have some animal heads, of course, to choose from, if that's something you'd like. Just an earth shape? No problem. Now, here are the basic traditional shapes, such as oval, square, diamond, heart. And when choosing this, I always suggest keeping an image in your mind about what you want the whole of the face to look like. Depending on what shape you choose is how the features will rest on them. Is anything over here striking you? Sure. I think that actually suits a wide range of facial features. Now, up next, one of my favorite selections, the eyes and eyebrows. Now, we will get to the pupil shapes as well as the iris color, but for a general shape, we have this chart here. Now, when choosing one of these, I typically allow up to 8 eyes that we can place on the face. After that amount, it does get a little bit tight for a squeeze of placement, and quite frankly doesn't look very aesthetically pleasing. But with these particular shapes, we can fit up to 8 on the face, so you can choose any number within that range. You're just looking for the basic too? Sure. And for shape, lovely. Now, here is our more popular samplings of color ranges as well as the pupil shape. We can do virtually any shape that you like. Not featured here are our bioluminescent colors. Those are a variety of neons that do glow. They can glow in either day or night, so you don't have to choose. They will give a little bit of luminescence off all the time. And we also don't have pictured here a particular, a little bit more pricey choice, but a changeable, programmable coloring. So depending on the day, the event, the mood, you can program the eye color or shape itself. You could put a full image in there if you'd like. But if that's something you're not interested in today, these are our basic choices. If you don't see something you like here, we can certainly discuss that and see if there's something that we can match for you. Oh, lovely. I think that's perfect. And the iris? We can do that. Okay, I think this is coming together very nicely. Now the nose. One of the features that people don't often think about, but gives a lot of character to the face. Now, here are just our basic range of noses. They do obviously range from small to large, as a variety of angles and widths as well. Now, if you are looking for something more exotic, we do also carry some more reptilian noses, so they are a bit more flush with the face. We also carry a range of snouts of quadrupeds, mammalian, and as well as snouts. Not my particular favorite. It's kind of horrifying to watch people eat with those. Quite difficult, I will say, especially in the beginning. We also have a series of beaks. Sure. Okay. From here? Absolutely. And now, the mouth. Quite a fun part of the body. Over here are our very typical mouth shapes, from lush and plump to more delicate and dainty, depending on your choice. We can also obviously customize these if you're looking for less similarity in top lip to bottom lip. We do provide plumpers, fillers, or we can also thin either of them depending on what you'd like. Color, completely up to you as far as choice on that goes. You can pick virtually anything, so don't feel limited, certainly. Now, the variety that we have when it comes to the mouth, the attachments that we provide for. Tongues, we do have a huge variety of those, changing in texture for roughness or smoothness, lengths as well. We also have a fun variety of forked tongues. Those have been quite popular this year, I must say. And teeth as well. So any sort of caps of different varieties. Obviously the typical gold and silver. But we can also do translucent teeth, or any sort of stone that you might like. That type of thing. And those, we provide extra rows. So if you think something like a shark, obviously they don't have to be pointed. We can also do a lack of teeth or gapping if you're particularly looking for something like that, as well as a variety of fangs that vary in size, length, that sort of thing, similar to our line of tusks. Now, those do get a little bit tricky just because they tend to misshape the rest of the mouth, so I always ensure that when purchasing tusks that you go up several sizes for the bottom lip, oftentimes the top lip as well, but depending on your choice for those, I always suggest bottom for sure. But is that something that you're interested in? Well, you can always purchase a set of fangs to take home and apply yourself. They are removable. We do provide permanent ones, but if you're looking for something that you can take in and out, we can absolutely do that for you. Sure. And for mouth shape. Lovely. I think this is coming together wonderfully. They're just going to be stunning. Now, ears, we provide typically the 2 sizes of just a basic human ear. Essentially, for an adult, we give the average size. If you're looking to age your automaton at all, we do provide a set of larger ears, but essentially I just, for this, usually find that most people want the basic ear itself. We could, however, if you're looking for something a little bit more different, have some more elfin ears. Those range in shape, color, point length. Similar to gills, we can provide you with those as well. They are simply just for look, not for actual aquatics themselves, so just keep that in mind. Sure, we do have a series of horns if you'd like to see those. I'll just show you some of the more basics if you're still a little unsure. Absolutely. So here is our first more of the more popular choices. These are still a little bit shorter. They range about 4 inches. They can be made larger, but 4 inches is typically the standard size that we provide them in. They do sit right at the crown. You could also place them right above the brow if you'd like, just for a bit of a different look. And these come in a huge selection of colors. We also provide them to be more translucent. They can have glitter if you'd like, or some sort of diamond chip if that's something you're interested in. We have these also in metallics, neons. These also can be made bioluminescent. And they also will come in a variety of gems or stones. Not quite for you? Sure. So our next set. Now these are some of my personal favorites. They're more streamlined. They're a bit longer. These run about 10 inches in length, and they sit right about here, so they look very sharp and sleek. They make an impression on any sort of work or home event that you might have. Very fashionable and very chic for the time right now. And these as well do come in all the varieties of the first pair, as well as the next pair to come, but these in particular I think are very fun and match quite a bit. You want me to show you the last pair? Sure. Now, these are more of the classic ram's horn. Now, these are just the basic that we usually carry. They do, as I said before, come in all the same colors, shades, varieties of the former two. However, these do range in diameter from, I believe, 6 inches is the smallest that we provide to 25 inches at the largest in diameter. And that's just to ensure that it makes it a bit easier for your automaton to fit through doorways and that sort of thing. Otherwise it gets a bit out of hand. We want to make it convenient for you as well as appealing visually. Form and function, if you will. Now, these are not restricted to specifically this type. We understand that some people prefer the curl at the sides, and we also understand that, as well as the sides, some that branch outward as well as upward. So if you are looking for ram's horns, there's about 6 choices that we can choose within here. You think you want this streamline? Did you want those permanent or detachable? I know with the fangs, you wanted to take those home. Sure, we can absolutely make those detachable. I think it's nice to have the choice, or, you know, depending on what occasion you're going to be able to remove them. So I think that's a wonderful choice. Perfect. Now, we have a series of wings if you're looking for something like that, but something tells me you're not particularly interested in that. Okay, then we can just skip right past that and move on to the rest of the body. Now, this I do give about 2 extra days to recontact me and make it official while our mechanic works on the rest of the body assembling. And that's only because I find that people seem to have an idea of what they want and can often change their mind and end up having to call back. So I like to give people a moment to go home and double check with themselves to make sure that their choices are the choices that they want. So we'll go through just essentially the bare minimum of what we can adjust for you today. Now, starting at the top with arms, we can do up to 4 that will fit the body appropriately. We don't put arms on the back. That's strictly for a function. Essentially, it makes it really difficult for your automaton to lay down flat, obviously. And that causes a whole variety of other problems. So, that being said, we essentially like to keep the arms at the sides, or if you'd like, we can attach a pair to the front of the body. But that's really up to you. Are you looking to do extra arms today? No, I wouldn't think so. Alright, and what height? I think that'd suit you. So, legs. If you are looking for legs, we also do have a fun variety of aquatic tails. Mermaid-esque dolphin. You could also do more crocodilian, that type of thing. If you're wanting something for that variety, we also could do tentacles, something like that. Again, we have a variety of translucent legs if you're looking to see the machinery underneath. We also have a series of detachable tools, weapons, that sort of thing, and depending on what exactly your choice would be for those is where they attach on the body. Some are made more to attach at the ankle and others more at the hip. Obviously the varieties in between as well, but that's something that does complicate it a little bit, depending on how you're expecting your automaton to move about. We could offer a series of points as well. Think of more like a spike or a cone on the bottom of the leg. That can change in color, shape, variety, anything like that. But you do need, if you're doing that, to have one at least stable leg to shift the automaton's balance on. We don't provide extra legs. We find these standard 2 are the best way to go. It just does get a little bit complicated, having to extend out the hips and make room. It just doesn't always work that well. Just the standard 2? Sure. And shape for those where you're looking for more wide, strong, slim, long, short. Alright. And just for body shape in general, feel free to just give me a rough idea of what it is that you're looking for. You can just describe it. Okay. And would you like that with hair or no hair? Sure. Alright. You know, I think you've made some wonderful choices here today, or at least you've given us a very solid base to start from. Now, I will transfer this over to our mechanic. You can probably pick this up in about a week. Obviously, I'll contact you just to solidify the choices that you've made here, ensuring that you're going to be happy with your purchase here today. If for any reason you do need to bring the automaton back for repairs, do not bring the automaton with you. You can just strictly come in again, ask for Diana, and we can discuss the process from there out. But I'll just go ahead and get this transferred over to our mechanic, and as I said, as long as all goes well and you are sure and happy with your choices, you should be able to pick it up in about a week. In the meantime, while you're waiting, if you have any other needs that need to be met within the time from now till then, feel free to come back. We're always happy to please here. Absolutely. Otherwise, it's been lovely meeting you, and take care.